Jesus. Hey, TikTok. So we're going. Okay. Tap up the screen, please, guys. Tap up the screen. Share it out. Share out the live. I don't know why I'm coming in my room. I do live now, so that big mouth girl in the next room I make peer nice. I mean, yes. You hear her over there? I want to go on TikTok today. What my people them there? And YouTube, what's going on? What am I missing? I'm waiting for people to come in so I could start talking, guys. So if you're in here, just tap up the screen and share out the live. And then I'll get going. I'm not even moderated them in here. YouTube, how you doing? Oh, hi, Michelle. Live. I'm live. How are you, Michelle? Is this your first time on the live? Guys, I'm on YouTube and I'm on TikTok as well. Sorry. If it's your first time on the live, like up the live, share it out. Thank you for joining. Okay, I'm sharing. I'm going to share some story. Not some. I have one in particular, something that happened last week at my son's Muay Thai practice. But tap up the screen and share it out. Share out the live. Well, if you're on TikTok. On YouTube, you just have to press the like button once. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and share it out. You're doing well, Michelle. Comment, and we're interactive. Queen, welcome, welcome. So you're gonna see from time to time I'm switching screens because I'm on my phone on TikTok and I'm on YouTube on ShortnSpicy Nikks, both platforms, the same name. Queen, thank you for coming. Where's Chef there? Where's Chef? Oh my gosh, I decided to do the live in my room today because, trust me, I want to stay as close to the bathroom as possible. I don't know what's going on with one of my favorite places to order, right? So I ordered Jimmy the Greek sometime this week. When was it? Probably Monday or not Monday, because I had leftovers from Sunday, right? So I think it was Tuesday. And girl, I've been pee-pooing, if you get what I'm saying. I've been pee-pooing up until yesterday. I think I pee-pooed, and then I had a break a little after Wednesday and whatever. And then I had cabbage 2 days ago. And I was having more of the runs. So I had to go to the doctor, and they prescribed some Imodium. First time using that. I had to take 2 right away. And then each time my butt started peeing, when I use the washroom, if my butt is still peeing, because that was no diarrhea. Excuse me, guys, if you're eating. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to gross you out. That was pee. I heard and felt coming through my buttocks. Okay. It was shooting like when a man goes over the toilet and you hear, you hear me? And they're shooting straight down in the water. I was like, what is going on here? Oh no, you can't tell me I'm pissing through my head. Okay. Never felt so nasty in my life. Never felt so disgusting. Okay? From my own self, I felt violated, okay? Okay? Trust me. So, and then I had to take 1 each time I went to the washroom, and if that is still happening. So, this morning when I got up, right? You're laughing. You've had that experience before, Michelle? This morning when I got up, right? I was scared. When I went to the doctor and the doctor had to check me, I kept warning the doctor. I'm like, Doc, listen to me. Because I got a letter in my mail saying that I needed also to do a pap smear. Because, you know, it's changed to now every 2 years or something like that. You have to do your pap smear if it's regular and stuff. So I got a letter notifying me, you know, go get my pap smear, blah, blah, blah. So when I went for this problem with the pee-pooing issue, you know, I told my doc that I got a letter. So she wanted to do the pap smear, right? I'm like, listen, doc, I don't know if I want to come and just spread out for you today, okay? Because I'm afraid if I spread out, something is going to let loose. Because the whole time I had to drive to get to the place, I swear it's the most I've ever used my butt muscles. Okay? Come here, Wooling, that I'm scared that if I make a sudden move, I'm going to wet up my whole self through the buttocks. If you get what I'm saying. I've never been so scared of my own hair in my life, bruh. I'm laying down on the examining table, and the doctor, you know, when you do your pap smear, the doctor have to open up so you can put in the thing, right? I think you're laughing, Michelle, but I can't see the emoji. And when she get this whatever scope thing that she use and put, you want to see me a tense up. This is me, I swear, guy, no joke. I'm like, this is me tensing up my buttocks, right? Using all my muscles to tense up down there so that she don't squeak. When I felt the pressure going in that part, and she, she has to crank it up to open it so she could use a little swab. That's how they do it, right? So they could use their longer than this, like a swab, but like toothpick. Their doctor toothpick is like this long. And she did, yeah, she had juke around and I poke into my pokey. She poke it in my pokey. And I'm scared that the other end don't explode on her. She's like, don't worry. I'll be fast. Yo, bro. Yesterday was the most intense doctor's visit I've ever had. I was scared to shoot up some green water in my doctor's face. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I swear that's the color. It's green. Then this lady's gonna ask me, was there the red stuff? Was there any red stuff? I'm like, listen to me. When you're pissing through your buttocks, you ain't got no time to say, let me look down and see. Nah, bro. I was rolling up toilet paper up to my wrists, bruh. Okay? Up to my elbows, I mean. Trying to clear all of that. Right? And to go in the shower. Yo, man. Even after that, I come in my bed, leave from the doctors, come home, come in my bed, and I'm laying down and I'm wondering if I'm going to soil my panties, bruh. Yo, man. So you know I'm never buying and ordering from Jimmy the Greek again. And I love their souvlaki chicken, their chicken souvlaki and the potatoes. I don't know what it is, bro. But I'm cut off of that. I'm not ordering that again. Nah, bro. I'm not taking no chances because I know it's not my cabbage. It happened when I bought the Jimmy and whatever, and it was still, because the doctor said, no fry foods, no oily stuff, whatever, no spicy food. I wish I talked to, should I know my name, ShortnSpicy Nikks. Like, who's this doctor talking to, bro? You forget that I'm Jamaican? Huh? So I just cut off on the Jimmy the Greek. That's it. Because I don't know what is going on there. All right. So I said, let me leave that alone. Anyway, that wasn't the story time I came to tell you, but I just had to let you guys know. Yeah. I'm not down in the basement at my spot, my setup in my studio. They said, let me come in the room because I'm staying close to the toilet, bro. Because this morning, like I said, this morning when I got up and I went, let me tell you how it was. When you're scared to fart because you're not sure what's going to happen? I'm on the toilet. You wake up in the morning and somehow when you pee, fart has to come right after. So I'm sitting there. I don't know if it's going to be people coming or just gas or what. So I'm sitting there. Why it sound like a horn was let out in my buttocks? I'm here. Because remember, I was filling up on the pills. Each time I had to go to the washroom yesterday and the people came, I had to take a pill, right? Because the doctor said that was supposed to restore what I'm losing or something like that. Yeah, I guess it's a new thing for, what's that pink thing called that we used to take? Gravel. This is way better than gravel. I don't like gravel, bro. Gravel makes you feel like you want to throw up, right? So yeah. My ear now the toilet is. I was like, bro, feel like my belly just did a gather up here gas, bro. Yo, man. So long story short, I've had a rough 2 days, bro. I've had a rough couple days, bruh. All right. So I wasn't thinking of coming on. I said, let me just come on. Right. And heal you guys up. And I promised you guys from last week that I was going to share, my experience with what took place at my son's Muay Thai practice. Right. Because remember, last week was karaoke Friday. And for the newcomers on YouTube, I do karaoke Fridays, the first Friday of every month. Just the first Friday of every month. And I'm Nikki, right? I'm Nikki introducing you because Michelle, it's my first time seeing you. Welcome. Thank you for joining. And I hope that you've hit the subscribe button and put your notification on all so you can be notified when I go live and when I upload a new video. And yes, yeah. So here we go. So my son's been signed up for Muay Thai for the past, I would say, going on 2 years now. Muay Thai, it's like a boxing with gloves and routine kick, learning how to kick properly, stuff like that. And I had started him doing Muay Thai. I wanted to get him in an after school extracurricular activity. Plus, I wanted him to learn defensive mechanism, how to defend himself, because he was experiencing a lot of bullying at school, both from our own race and other race as well. You get me? So it wasn't like a particular, like it was bigger students that were in the same grade as he was, but because they're in bigger in size, a bully comes in every different form, shape, size, race, creed, whatever. He was just being bullied, right? So we've been at this Muay Thai facility and with this coach for almost 2 years. But this year, or since September, some new people have come, because, they change all the time. People decide they want to stop, or, new people start coming in, whatever. And sometimes I'm in my car watching just relaxing, especially if it's Friday and I have to go live. If I'm not ready or prepared, I'm sitting in my car getting a little prepared or whatever. But most of the time I'm inside watching the teaching, the coaching, the practicing. And you have 3 to 4 individuals teaching the children, because they have them in group. It's the same class, but then this one teacher and some of them are students that have gone through the practice and training themselves, and they've now become trainers. But then you have the owner of the facility, who's the head coach or whatever you want to call it. So they're being trained. And this Friday that passed, I was in the car, just, chilling, and say, let me just stay in the car for a little bit, relaxing before I have to come home to go live. And then at 5 o'clock, I'm looking in and I'm like, you know what? Let me just go in and see what Rael is doing. This is my 11-year-old. He's 11 years old now. Right? I'm like, let me go see what he's doing and what's going on at Muay Thai. So I went in and I sat down. I sat down beside a white lady. Okay? Or I should say white tea lady. Yeah. Or whatever. And when I went in, it wasn't anything. No eye contact, nothing, just looking straight, oblivious to the fact that I was even going to sit down, and no kind of, which is okay. You're minding your business, doing your things. That I assume is what was going on. And I have my earpiece in my ears, and I'm on my phone, and I'm watching a little bit of what's going on the floor, because they have a bench at the side that the parents could sit down, right? So we're sitting down. Another parent is a little bit down beside her, and then a gentleman is a little bit down. He's a parent as well, sitting down on a step that leads to they also have a boxing ring, right? And I'm just watching what's going on. And I hear her, basically coaching her son, right? Because at times the coaches, like I said, that are on the floor with the children, teaching them, sometimes they're off either to a next group doing something or whatever, and they give them sparring one-on-one. Say if it's three of them, three children, they tell them what to do, the routine to do, and they switch with who, and they're sparring one-on-one, right? So the lady beside me, I hear her saying to her son for him not to turn his back directly so that the other child could kick him in his back. She's telling her child, don't like his name is Timothy. Like say his name is Timothy. So she's like, Tim, don't turn your back because you don't want to be kicked in your back, right? You could get hurt, your spine and all of that stuff. And I'm just looking at my thing. My son is in that group. It's three of them. And then now it rotated and it was my son's turn with her son. But her son is a bit thick built. He's a little shorter, and he has a good form when he's kicking, right? So I could see that, he knows what he's doing or whatever. But the fact is, the way the coach teaches them, you're not supposed to make direct contact because you're only supposed to do the action, right? You're supposed to do the action, but not directly contact, right? You just go, say you're doing the form, and then you go and point. But what I noticed with her son is actually making contact and connecting with the other two children, one being mine. So now the other person's parent, I don't know if they were there or not. I'm responsible for mine. And when I saw him kicked my son in his back, I sat there. I didn't say anything, but my son went, ugh, and started saying to the child, ooh, that hurts. And he went down, he crouched down a bit, right? And I noticed not a word out of her mouth. She's staring directly at what's going on, but not an utterance of anything came out of her mouth. And my peripheral is also watching her. But then he does it again. And I turned to her and I said, now would be a great time to tell him not to kick anyone in their backs either. Like that. And she goes, excuse me? And I go, you didn't see what's going on? No, what happened? What happened? And I go, I guess nothing. I guess nothing. Because right there, this lady's trying to tell me that I'm blind or I'm delusional and I'm seeing stuff now. That's the persona she put on right there and then. And my discernment already told me this is a demon right here beside me. Just by the way she reacted. And she went from staring directly at the kids practicing to looking at me with a straight face and acting all as if she was oblivious. So when I said that, I guess nothing. I went into my phone and I was watching on my phone again, and I was watching. And they were switching. Like I said, it was 3 of them, and they're switching and switching. But she didn't let it go then. But when I said whatever to her and she said, what, something happened or whatever, in between looking at her child and looking at me, she's rolling up her eyes up in the top of her head. She's rolling up her eyes. And then she asked me again, no, I want to know what happened. What did he do wrong? What did he do? I go, what did he do wrong? I'm just saying, the same way you were telling him not to turn his back so that he could be kicked in his back and it could hurt his spine or anything like that, you could say, let him know also not to kick anyone in his back. He kicks up. Who did he kick in his back? So I just did it. I just did it. I'm like, you didn't see that? No. And then she called her son over, and the little boy came, and she goes, Timothy, I'm just using a name. What happened? What did you do? And he's like, I didn't do anything. And I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at the little boy, and I'm looking at her, and right there, I don't know what to do, right? And then she's gonna say, when he leaves and went back, I'm like, I was trying to say to her again, and then she goes, no, because you're telling me how to train my son. I'm like, I'm telling you how to train. I go, is this the first time? Is this the only place he's learned how to kick? Because he seems to know what he's doing. I'm telling you, the child has the form and everything and the connection and everything. You know, when you're kicking, you're supposed to use here, the top of your foot to kick. Yeah. And you can even hear it like a slap when he does, right? I'm not saying it was that loud, but it was connecting enough that the kids were feeling it, especially my son was feeling it. Wait. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry. My mic went off. So I'm like asking her if it's the first time her son has been to a facility like that. And she's like, they train here. She's avoiding the question I'm asking her. She's like, they're training here. Like, you see them, they're training here. I go, has he trained anywhere else than here? She's like, and then she decides to not answer me and just rolling up her eyes again. I'm like, is that a yes or a no? Because he just looks like it's not the first time he's kicking. He's kicking as if he's kicking the punching bag. You know, the bags that they have hanging up like in a boxing rink or whatever. You know, you punch, because like I said, it's Muay Thai. So they kickbox, they punch, and they kick as well, right? So I'm like, he seems to know what he's doing. Like, it's not the first. I don't know what triggered this lady off or what I said at that moment. All I hear is something about, excuse me. I'm like, what? What do you mean, excuse you? Excuse me. You know, when somebody's telling you to stop talking, whatever. I'm like, who you think you're talking to? Excuse me. She said like a third or so time. So no, my head start chip. And I go, excuse you. And she got up, stormed off down to where the coach, the owner of the facility, was. And I'm sitting there, and the people on the floor, the kids and the other coaches that are teaching, they could, they're kind of doing what they're doing still, but they have a little attention over to us. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking, because it's like down a straight line down, walking down. And I'm like saying to myself, what the hell was that? Like when you're at school, or like when you're in a neighborhood or something, and they said, I'm going to go tell the principal, or I'm going to go tell the teacher. Because when she started talking like she wanted to talk down to me, I was like, who's this lady talking to? Right? Next thing I know, it's her and the coach marching, coming. And the coach is coming. And they come, and I'm still sitting down, And she's on one side. And he's in front of me. And then he's going to tell me, if there's anything that is going on, he asked me what happened. What's going on? What happened? I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know why she has her panty in a knot and screaming and acting like, I told him what was going on, what I said to her, and how she started behaving. This is what the coach is going to tell me. If there's anything that is going on with the children, or if there's any disagreement, please take it to me. Like we're children or something. Please take it to me, and I will deal with it then. I'm like, okay, no problem. And then I go, but she was here coaching her child, training her child, telling him what to do from what not to do. So I didn't see it as a problem to say to her what he was doing. Maybe she should let him know that as well. I didn't see the need to get up and come to you. We're adults. She's right there. You get what I'm saying? She's right beside me. Why would I get up and come and look for you when she's right there and she's already telling her son what to do from what not to do? You know what I'm saying? But the reason why she went down to him is to get him to reprimand me. You know how racist individuals operate. You get what I'm saying? And when you call out racist individuals for who they are, they love to gaslight you and try to turn things around and act all, no, what? And all of a sudden you're aggressive. And now they're the damsel in distress. This is what I saw in this evil demon of a girl with a temper tantrum. I didn't see a mother or an adult. I was so disgusted because I'm saying I was not rude to the lady. I did not raise my voice at the lady. I simply said something that she did not want to be accountable for. She did not want to accept or take responsibility for as a mother. And she turned around and tried to use me as bait just because she has a problem. So I said when they're there and she's looking all smug, standing up over me looking all smug, That's why I said what I said to the coach, I don't know why she has her panty in a knot, screaming and acting, talking, I just simply said to her, since you're telling him what not to do to get hurt, maybe you should tell him what not to do to the students as well so he doesn't hurt them. But you know, she has that superiority fact, thinking that she's better than somebody, and you can't talk to her about nothing. She run to the coach. And for me, you know what pissed me off at that moment? It's the coach. Because right then and there, when I said to him, she was right beside me. I didn't see anything with letting her know. You know, she saw it herself. She was just trying to pretend like she didn't see what was going on. Right? And he said what he said, and I'm like, okay. I just said, okay. I'm like, this is how you operate? Because she's standing right there. I'm like, what was this for? This is how you operate in a situation like this? This is how you settle issues? Why didn't you just call the cops? I'm like, this is like, you know, calling the police on me. Why didn't you just call the cops? Because right then and there, I'm just like, and then they're like, she's like, now she doesn't want to hear nothing. I'm pushing it now. And then she walks off, upset, walks to the back where no one could see her, right? And then she calls her son, Timothy, come. Because she's trying to tell Timothy right then and there, you know, that's it. She's leaving. And they go around to the back where there's a wall where no one could see her. And the coach storms behind there and goes and search for her. And they're back there talking. And it's hard for me not to eavesdrop because I could hear him, you know, when you don't want to lose, you know, your customer or whatever. It's okay. No, you don't have to get and da-da-da and da-da-da and da-da-da and da-da-da. And I'm sitting there like, it is for real? I'm not talking to you. I'm saying to myself, is this for real? Is this really going on right now? I can't believe this. Never in my life. Talk about privilege. For real? Now she's a damsel in distress. I'm saying in my mind, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm still trying to just watch my phone and pay attention to what's going on, but it's very hard. I'm fuming now. And I guess she says she's gonna leave and she's coming out, walking out. And when she's walking out, I turn my head to see him and her. They're coming out. And I'm like, and she said, it's just staring, That's what she started doing, you know, guys. No word of a lie. She starts making the coach aware, and then she's talking about and looking at me and like she's telling him that I'm giving her the bad. And then the coach walks by me. He's walking by me, and she's walking along behind him. Now he's her usher. He's ushering away from where I am sitting down. And I'm flabbergasted. I'm like, wait. So now she's scared? And the coach is gonna utter out of his mouth, no looking, just don't looking, no looking. And then he looks at me and they pass by. And she's acting off, you know, until he ends up, he's gonna now walk her, usher her to her car. You know what I did? I said, Rael, come. I call my son. I go, come. This is it. This is it for Muay Thai for you, at least here. Let's go. My son gets his things, you know, put on his jacket, his shoes and stuff, and we leave. And I just left and came home. And I haven't brought him back and will never bring him back to that facility again. Cardosa boxing. I'll never bring him there again. I lost all respect for that establishment and that coach. lost all respect. He showed me his favoritism and his preference, you know, and who he's willing to give privilege to. You get what I'm saying? At the beginning when he said, talk, you know, if there's anything, bring it, I'm like, okay, that's safe, I guess. But really and truly, I would think that we're all adults here. And if one person didn't escalate it to make it seem like it was such a big issue when it really wasn't. But how dare a Nigger talk to you and try to tell you how to train your child? Because that's exactly what she said, you know. You're here trying to tell me how to train my child. Because I'm telling you that your child is actually making contact and kicking people in their backs when he's not supposed to. And the same way you're telling him not to get hurt by exposing his back and his spine and pretending like you don't see him kicking out other people's children's back. All I did was made you aware. Since you claim you didn't see it. You know, when they have too much ego and them wicked and lie, they try to turn it around on you. So when we got home, though, I'm telling my older children, right? His older siblings, 27-year-old and my daughter, my 20-year-old. And then he goes, Mom, you know what? You see that same child? You know, that's not the first time he did that. Because like I said, sometimes I'm sitting in Muay Thai with them and sometimes I'm in my car for a little bit, especially if I'm posting or if I'm getting prepared for, you know, Friday lives or whatever. He's like, yeah, he's done that before. Because the way how the coach teaches us, they say we're not supposed to actually make contact. We're supposed to only do the action and yeah, but we're not supposed to actually make contact. And once he did that, that same child did that same thing to me before. And one of the coaches said to him, no, ran over and said, no, you're not supposed to, and reprimanded him for it. So what was the problem this time? Was it because I said it to her? She was offended? I was supposed to go and search for one of the coaches and say, hey, that child over there kicked my son in his back. Could you let it? That's what I was supposed to do? That was what I was supposed to do? Nah, I don't need to be there. Nah, I don't need to be there. Neither does my child. Well, go on, Chev. Yeah. I'm like, wow. It's a good thing I decided to come inside Muay Thai. Because like I said, it changes on the mood. Sometimes I'm sitting there for the whole time, the whole practice, whole training, watching everything from beginning to end, what's going on. Sometimes a little bit of the time I'm in the car and then I'm in there. Other times I'm in the car. Especially if I'm trying to do something and I don't want the interruption. Get what I'm saying? But this Friday, you know what too? When it's time to go to Muay Thai, Rail's like last Friday when we were supposed to go to Muay Thai, Rail is like, are we going to Muay Thai? As soon as I got him from school and we came home, are we going to Muay Thai today? And I go, yes, we're going to Muay Thai. Because he wants to stay home, be on the phone, play video games, whatever it is, be on YouTube, whatever. Right? I'm like, listen, I know why you're asking. It's not like you're concerned or eager to go to Muay Thai. It's because you want to stay home and just mess around and do whatever. So just know that every day is Muay Thai, because sometimes we don't make it. Sometimes we don't go. Sometimes I'm not in the mood. Sometimes I'm not feeling physically able, well, whatever, mentally strained, whatever it is. So we don't make it. It's 3 times a week. And sometimes I'm just not feeling, or whatever the case may be. Hey, Sue, how are you? No, you're not interrupting. How you doing, Queen? So it's not all the time we go. So Friday, when he said that to me, I'm telling him, listen, just know that every day, every time there's Muay Thai, unless I say otherwise. So just come home expecting to go to Muay Thai. That was the same Friday that passed. Yeah, Queen. He just wants to chill. He just wants to bum out. You know, he just wants to stay home, lay in his bed, flip, cock up, lay down, flip on the bed, be on his knee, all over the place. You know? He don't want to go no training, no kicking, and no nothing. Right? Yeah. Do no suicides or do no burpees if you don't do something wrong. He's doing you know? Yeah. He's done enough at school. That's enough physical activity for him. Right? And that's what I said to him on the same day, Friday. And I go, Real, it's like you were feeling this, bro. Look at me. Look at how I was going on with you today when you were acting like you didn't want to go to Muay Thai. Right? But we had to come. We had to come because I had to see this for myself. You get what I'm saying? I had to see this for myself. And trust me, that child is going to do it again. You get me? And that same coach is going to see for himself, or someone is going to come to him and let him know exactly what I was saying. Because right there, you know, she was trying to make me look like I'm the bad guy, you know. And that's why I said I need to talk about this, you know, because it's not the first time it happened, you know. It's happened before when I lived in Kitchener-Waterloo, the most racist city I've ever lived in Canada. You get me? And there was this lady, her name is Carrie, and her son, he's mixed. She had children for a black guy, but she's a white lady. You get me? And I only went to her door to speak to her about her son stealing my cousin that came for the weekend to stay with us because I was having a birthday party for Raheem, my firstborn at the time. He was turning 13 or something. And her son stole my cousin his hat. Because them time they were waiting fitted hats. That was in at that time, 2010 or 2011, one of those years. And the child lost his hat. And the guy was coming outside with the same hat on, playing with the kids then, because he's a little older than they are. Beer face. Because them know him have him racist mama. Because sometimes not because they have children with black men, you know. That don't mean they're not racist, you know. Them just love the black. Hey, I'm not gonna say it. You hear me? Them just like the snake. But then they like we, the women. The black women. Right? And me's a person, I just go my work and come home and my children do what they're doing and they come in, stay in their house and stuff, but they go out and they play and stuff. But I'm always in my children's business. And they never like that. Hey, good over Eva, how you doing? You get what I'm saying? And he was acting like he didn't steal my cousin's hat. And coming out bare face, wearing it in front of the kids' them face, and my cousin seeing his hat on this little boy. At the time he was 16 and they're all younger, like 13, 10, you know? Because my son, my firstborn was the second oldest at that time. So that guy was 16 and wearing my cousin's hat that he stole. They're playing manhunt or whatever, probably lost it, whatever it was. He comes out wearing it. I go there, knock on the door, ask to speak to his mother. He comes out, he comes and answers the door. with the hat on his head, staring at me, bare face. I saw the devil stare. Because I saw him feel powerful. I'm talking, when I'm saying the devil, I'm talking about the devil, you know, the spirit, the demonic Satan himself. He'll come to your face, bare face, in the people that he's using, and dare you to say something about it. I'm not going to give you guys another example because you guys already know where I would go, where I'm going to go with that and take that of the next example. I'm just going to leave it right there. That's how they go on when the devil stand up in them strong. Because they're telling you can't do nothing about it. But you see the God in me and the Holy Spirit in me. So Satan no me a chat to. I send him right back to the pit of hell where him come from. And anybody who him want take over, I rebuke him out of them, right in them face. Yeah, the devil. That me do. Because them things say me I go buckle and fall. Me look them straight in them face and call them bluff. Me say, I would like to speak to your mother. He goes and he calls his mother. And I could hear her from wherever far she is because she don't want to talk to me. She's busy. She's doing this. She's doing that. I'm like, can I speak to your mother? It's not going to be long. The woman in our house now. But true, she already know. She refused to talk to me. So since she didn't want to talk to me, I go, okay, no problem. Whose hat is that on your head? He goes, mine. I go, yeah. Where did you get it? He said he got it from the mall. I go, when did you buy it? He said the same day when my cousin came. He's saying that's the day he bought the hat. I go, really? I go, give me the hat. Why? It's my hat. I go, give me the hat. He takes the hat off his head. I didn't even touch him. Takes the hat off his head and he hands it to me. I go, thank you. And I walked off. I think when I'm walking off, his auntie was there. Must have came to the door and start running off her mouth or whatever. And them times there, I was not a child of God. So I was ready. So, you know, words were exchanged. I don't remember what I was doing. But I wasn't behaving right. I was standing up there and I'm a tear up shots. Tell her, whatever, bro. Whatever is whatever. If you feel froggy, jump. And I went in my house. And that led to police at my door. And that led to the co-op that was responsible for the townhouse that we lived in, sending me a letter for a notice to evict me. That's all it took. 1 second, I have to verify something. And I said, yeah? Notice to evict? For what? I have to go to meeting. Who has to go to meeting? Is she going to be there? No. Meeting is just for me. Meeting is just for me. Okay. And you see, when I went to that meeting, I had a recording. I think I still have the hey, people, a long time me I get a evidence, you know, cause hey, a long time me I get a evidence, you know. I had this with me. And I recorded from the entrance, from the beginning of the meeting to the end. I recorded it. I don't remember why I had gotten this. Yeah, smartphone never did them time there. I recorded it on this. Because it's not the first time. I think I remember why I got it. Because I realized that neighborhood that I lived in, the co-op was racist. Because a neighbor of mine, I'm going to tell that story next time. A neighbor's boyfriend or husband at the time threatened my second born at that time. So if my 13-year-old was 13 then, he was probably 10 or so for a different reason. And when I called the police and stuff, the police were investigating me and telling me that they called. I'm going to tell that story next time. So I think that's after that, I had bought this. So I went into the co-op meeting and I already had a plan that I'm not staying there. I was tired of it because it was a lead up to that. Because they were calling Children's Aid Society on me, saying that I'm leaving my children unattended. My son was 12. And I'm a single mom. And I used to go to school. And after school, I got a job working in a nursing home. And my 12-year-old was my, it looks so blurry. My 12-year-old was my babysitter at that time. You get me? He's the one that used to watch his younger brother and sister. It was 3 of them at that time. 12, 9, and my daughter was probably 5 or 6. He was the one watching them. Okay? Yeah, he was old enough. That's why they couldn't do nothing. And every time they called Children's Aid Society on me, CAS, they would come and they would check everything and they would close the file like 2 or so times. They even called animal service on me because I had a dog then. I had a Shih Tzu then. Her name was Missy. That's one of the same reasons why the neighbor had threatened my 9-year-old at the time. I'll tell that story, like I said, another time. But it was a lead up. So you see, when I went to this meeting, yeah, Kitchener-Waterloo. I forgot what the co-op was called. Rahim! Yeah, co-op housing. Left from Toronto. 2.5 hours away to get away from the city, the hustle and the bustle, the war and the crime, the shootings back and forth. You know, my children going to school, Islington, and guys are running across the playground with weapons. They just robbed the school and stuff. All of that was going on. I said, nah, I ain't staying here. I need somewhere better to grow up my children. Why's my camera looking like that? But anyways, that's what was going on. And then I ran to Kitchener-Waterloo, and that's what I was experiencing. It's a little better. Oh, the focus was out there. So when I went to that meeting, I even ended up crying. I ended up crying because I was so angry. But I had already made up my mind that I'm not staying there. And I go, listen to me. I've never been a member of this co-op. Never. I never felt like a member. There was one black guy on the panel. And I'd already talked to him about what was going on. He already seen the systemic racism and everything that was going on. Because when that incident happened with my son and the neighbor's husband, the police called the co-op office asking about me. And they were telling the police, oh, they invite my children to come to stuff there and they don't come away. After me, I bring my kids to waiver, them I keep there. But that, I even cussed the police at that time before this last incident. I had to tell the police, it's a woman, a female police. I'm like, get off my phone. I called you to tell you, report somebody. And you're going to call me back and tell me about, you're supposed to be investigating me. That is a one guy who didn't know our rights and everything, so them couldn't bully me. They say you call the office asking, why are you asking questions about me? If you're supposed to be investigating I'm like, you racist pig. Get off my phone. Don't call me back. Just hang up my phone. But that day, I told the co-op, I don't want to be a member of your co-op. Do whatever you gotta do. I wanted them to continue with whatever eviction they're saying or whatever. Because I already had my plans. I'm out of there. I already had my eyes and my sight on something else, somewhere else. And out of that, I was getting the fight in the nursing home from the old tough grayback seniors that were working there, that came out of the oil factory that was shut down, and dealing with the residents like they're some piece of meat, throwing them in their beds, not holding them and positioning them properly, not giving them no options, no choice to choose. They're going to just go in the people them closet, draw down, Mrs. Myrtle, this is what you're wearing, this, and come and dealing with the people like they're some kind of animal. And when us, the younger ones who go to the school and get our 1-year training, proper training, how to properly maneuver and use techniques to transfer the residents and make them feel like they're somebody, and give them options and make them have a choice in their daily living, activities of daily living, especially when you're my color. They were fighting against you. So I had already made up my mind that that place was not for me, that them not gonna stress me out. So the co-op and whatever happened at that moment with the hat situation was the tip of the iceberg. Told them to basically kiss my ASS. And that was it. Yeah. But I don't go around calling everybody a racist or whatever. Or I use discernment. And trust me, you could tell. You could tell when somebody just doesn't like you because of the color of your skin. You could always tell. And I don't understand, because we're all people. We all belong here. We all have a right to live and breathe air and coexist. And I don't understand why we can't talk with each other. If you don't like something, I don't like something. If you don't like me, I just stay away from you. You stay away from me. Why do I have to try and go and make problems for you? Or why do you have to try and go and make problems for me? How's that benefiting you when I could be the same one helping you? Sometimes when you look at it, we're the same ones in the nursing homes, treating their mothers, their fathers, their grandmothers, grandfathers, sister, brothers, whatever, taking care of them, providing care. You get what I'm saying? Because where I'm from in Jamaica, most of us, we don't put our families in nursing homes. Somebody in the family, the daughter or the son or whoever, unless they're evil and they don't like their mother or father or whatever, or the mother and the father didn't treat them right, grandma didn't treat, whatever the case may be. But we take care of our own. That's what I know. Right now, my grandmother is 92 years old in Jamaica, battling with dementia. It's my auntie who's responsible for her. She's in the home. And even if we could afford it, we would buy and make the home suitable for her. We take care of our own. And we take care of others' own as well. Because I don't see a child out there getting hurt or something going on and I don't say something. It don't matter what color they are. But I believe in right and wrong. If something is wrong, you call it out, you deal with it. Some people just don't like accountability. They don't like to be accountable for their actions. And some of them just wicked. I'm sorry, Aquarius. This is that I'm coming off now. On Fridays, I don't play games. I barely play games during the week, but definitely on Fridays I don't, because it's usually a topic I'm talking about and I don't want to be disrupted. But yeah, that's the story, guys. That's my story time and stuff. And it was on my heart, so I said I need to talk about it because it's not right. Do unto others as you'd like it do be done unto you. Stop with the nonsense now. We're in 2024. Come on. You guys are still, hating on other people because of their color. Come on, man. That's pathetic, bro. That's pathetic. Really pathetic. Get what I'm saying? But thank you guys for listening. YouTube, thank you for watching. Thank you, Michelle, that came. I don't know where my other people are. I'm supposed to be here. Thank you for everyone that just passed through. Right? Same here for TikTok. Thank you, Queen, for holding it down in the comment section. Chev, I know you run through a little bit. Everyone else that passed through, I forgot who it was that came and said something good or evil. Everyone that tap up the screen. You get me? Bless up yourself. Just know that Sue, I just saw Sue as well. Thank you for passing through, Sue. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. See you next week, same time, same place on ShortnSpicy Nikks YouTube and here on TikTok, ShortnSpicy Nikks. We are blessed and highly favored. Okay, have a blessed evening.